Completely forced out under President Donald J. Trump. And ladies and gentlemen, it is game over for Jasmine Crockett. Texas has just redrawn the map. And guess what? Her district is gone, wiped off the map like it never even existed. She has been forced out. And now the meltdown is unfolding right in front of us. But guys, it does not stop there, because just as Jasmine Crockett's political career is collapsing back home in Texas, Megyn Kelly went live on air and absolutely destroyed her in front of the entire nation, really. I mean, we're talking about a blowtorch takedown that was so brutal that Jasmine Crockett, she may never recover from this. And so here's the real situation here. Crockett's entire brand, the whole "I'm from the hood, I'm fighting for the people" persona, shredded. Megyn Kelly exposed the truth that it's all an act. She's just super duper fake, a polished private school politician playing dress up, pretending to be a fighter for the streets, when in reality, she was groomed by privilege. So now you got to ask yourself, guys, is Jasmine Crockett an authentic champion, or, hear me out, or is she just a fraud caught in the spotlight? This is the question that's hanging over every second of this collapse here. And folks, you haven't even heard the worst of it yet, because in just a second, I'm going to show you how Jasmine Crockett insulted Governor Greg Abbott of Texas in one of the nastiest ways imaginable. Now, I mean, like how her own staffers secretly turned against her, and now how her obsession with image, the fake eyelashes, the fake nails, the viral sound bites has turned her into more of a low-rent influencer than a political lawmaker. Now, if you appreciate the news updates, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Guys, the cost of gas on Labor Day has not been this cheap since 2020. Go ahead and fill up now. Anybody agree with me on this? Now, folks, let's anchor this to reality, okay? Under President Donald J. Trump, and what we're witnessing right now is the total collapse of Jasmine Crockett's career. This is a collapse on two fronts. Number one, Texas has spoken. Governor Greg Abbott, he signed the new redistricting map into law. And with one stroke of the pen, Jasmine Crockett's congressional district was erased, gone. She's gone. Her career was erased with it. So you can practically hear the words echoing across Austin and Washington, like, pack your bags. If you're so done with Jasmine Crockett, just put a "type your bags" in the comments, guys. Number two, Megyn Kelly, she just torched her on live TV, guys. Megyn Kelly, she didn't just criticize her. She dismantled her piece by piece, exposing the smoke and mirrors that's behind Jasmine Crockett's entire persona. And now Crockett isn't just losing her seat. She is losing the illusion that built her career in the first place. So here's a central question that's kind of hanging over today's video, okay? Is Jasmine Crockett the fearless fighter that her supporters are claiming, or is she just fake? Is she just a fraud who's been finally exposed? Well, that I'm gonna leave that to you guys for you to decide. But let's go ahead and start with the map first. Governor Greg Abbott of Texas, he went on camera and with a big smile on his face, he said that the map would ensure fair representation for Texans. Now, let's be clear, guys. Fair representation means Texas is going redder, stronger, and more aligned with the America First agenda under President Trump. And so what does this mean for Jasmine Crockett? Simple. No district, no reelection, no safety net. I mean, she's been forced out of Congress before her career even had a chance to take root. Now she's scrambling. Word on the street is that Jasmine Crockett is floating the idea of running for Senate. Senate in Texas? With her record, folks, if she could hold a district that leaned blue, guys, if she can't even hold a district that leaned blue, how in the world is she going to win statewide against the Republican machine in 2025? Like, that's not ambition. That's desperation. So you tell me, guys, is this gerrymandering, or is it Texas voters taking out the trash? That's the situation. And if you thought that this was brutal, wait until you hear what happened when Megyn Kelly went live and torched her reputation in front of the entire country. So when Megyn Kelly goes after someone, it's not commentary, it's demolition. She goes in, okay? Jasmine Crockett found out the hard way. Megyn Kelly called her out as all sound and no substance, the kind of politician who mistakes yelling for intelligence and outrage for evidence. Now, think about it, guys. Every time, without fail, Jasmine Crockett hits the mic. Not that kind of mic, the actual microphone, okay? It's shouting, it's insults, it's theatrics. She's pounding the table while the real conversation is happening somewhere else. Now, remember the bleach blonde, bad, built butch body outburst? Anybody remember that? That went absolutely viral. But did it help her constituents? Did it put food on anybody's table? Did it lower crime? Of course not. But it did get her a headline, and that is her whole game. That is literally her whole strategy. Megyn Kelly made it very clear, okay? Megyn Kelly made it unbelievably clear. She's a performer. Jasmine Crockett is not a legislator, a walking, talking soundbite machine chasing clout while the real leaders in Washington actually shape policy. And in the process, Kelly exposed the hollowness of Jasmine Crockett's career for the world to see. So is Jasmine Crockett really a bold voice that's shaking up Congress? Or is she just another empty suit that an influencer is wearing, masquerading as a lawmaker? I feel like it's like Halloween for her. She's just pretending, right? So anyway, now here's the kicker. If you think that losing her seat in Texas and being humiliated on TV was bad, just wait a second, guys. Now, I asked you to rate your confidence on your Medicare plan, okay? I've done it before, but I'm going to do it on this video for those who haven't participated. If I were to ask you to rate your confidence in your Medicare plan, would you give it a 10 out of 10? Most people wouldn't. and I get it. Most would say, I'm not sure. It probably works, but I don't really know. Now, probably is not peace of mind. This is why Chapter exists. They walk you through every single option and they give you clarity so you can stop guessing and actually start knowing. Now, Leslie, she stopped guessing and she saved $1,000. I can't make this stuff up, guys. Sharon, she stopped guessing and got her coverage back after Medicaid dropped her. So let me ask you guys, are you still guessing? Or do you want to join the majority of people who already know for sure? And the call is totally free. That's the amazing thing. Most people are already finding peace of mind by calling the number on the bottom of your screen, or they're visiting askchapter.org/Ron. The phone number is 909-563-8279 so that you can rest easy. Now, I want to dig into one of the ugliest truths that has come out about Jasmine Crockett, okay? The reality behind her so-called fighter from the hood image. For months, maybe even years, she's leaned on this crafted identity, the slang, the over-the-top theatrics, the way that she turns committee hearings into circus acts. She wants America to believe that she's some kind of a street-born warrior who clawed her way into Congress to fight the system. Anybody believe that? Well, I'll tell you what, the truth is, guys, the truth is far different. And Megyn Kelly, she called it out directly. Jasmine Crockett didn't grow up in poverty. She wasn't raised in the projects. She wasn't raised in the hood, and she certainly wasn't battling it out in the streets. Reports from the New York Post and others have made it clear. She came from a stable upper middle class household with two working parents, basically. She attended private schools. She went on to higher education. She became a lawyer. Who does this sound like? Comment down below if this sounds like AOC. Just put AOC if you think this sounds like her mantra, where she pretends to have this struggle, to have grown up in this rough, lower income neighborhood, and she clawed her way to the top, and now she's fighting for the people. Does anybody think that sounds like AOC's story? Because it sounds like they were reading the same book. Anyway, there is nothing wrong with that background if you have that, right? Plenty of Americans would be proud of it. But in fact, I have a background similar to that. But it makes her act on the House floor, a complete fraud if that's not really her background. So even her own speech gives her away. Just a few years ago, before running for Congress, Crockett, she spoke like any young professional lawyer, polished, clear, articulate. But once she stepped into the political spotlight, suddenly the dialect changed, the slang appeared, and the performance began. She reinvented herself as a caricature of what she thought her voters wanted her to be. This is not authenticity, guys. This is pandering. It's political cosplay and an identity that she put on like a costume to score clout and to gain sympathy from communities that she was never truly a part of from the beginning. Megyn Kelly, she cooked her. Megyn Kelly nailed her for it. Volume does not equal intelligence, and theatrics do not equal leadership. Wow. Now, you can scream, you can wave your hands in the air like you just don't care, you can throw insults, but none of that makes you a serious lawmaker. It makes you an actor chasing some attention, maybe some likes on Instagram. And once the mask is pulled off, as it has been, people see you for who you really are, a fraud, not a fighter. And so if you need any more proof of just how hollow Jasmine Crockett's justice warrior image really is, look no further than her disgusting insult against Governor Greg Abbott. Okay, so she thought it was pretty clever, even funny, to refer to this man as Governor Hot Wheels. Let that sink in, guys. A sitting member of Congress mocking the disability of a man in a wheelchair. Is that okay? Y'all let me know if you think she's going to hell for that one. Now, this isn't just a one-off gaffe. This wasn't a joke that landed badly. This was a window into who she really is when the cameras aren't supposed to be rolling. And so, do you like who this person is? This Crockett? Like, this is somebody who wraps herself in the language of equality while showing none of it when she thinks it's safe to be cruel. Like, the hypocrisy here is absolutely staggering. Crockett positions herself as a champion of fairness, constantly railing against injustice and bias. Yet, she herself, she turns around and she takes a cheap, demeaning shot at a disabled governor. And when the backlash came, her defenders didn't condemn it. They excused it. They claimed, people in Texas call him that all the time. No. Only the nastiest, most bitter corners of the left talk like that. Texans who respect their governors, they don't do that. They don't say that. If you're from Texas, you let me know. Let me know if you're watching the show from Texas, and you let me know if you refer to Governor Greg Abbott as Hot Wheels. Yeah, because Crockett seems to think it's okay, and Crockett seems to be saying that Texans do this. I ain't from Texas. I don't live in Texas. I want to know what y'all do. And I want to know if Crockett is lying about this too. And so let's just imagine just for a second, okay? If a Republican had something similar to say about a Democrat with a disability, what would happen, right? I mean, you already know exactly what would have happened. Wall-to-wall coverage, outrage, headlines, calls for resignation. But because it was Jasmine Crockett, a Democrat, the same media outlets that would have crucified a Republican were suddenly quiet, or worse, scrambling to soften the story. Now, Megyn Kelly, she hit the nail on the head, and she always does. Hypocrisy corrodes credibility faster than anything else. In Jasmine Crockett's credibility, what little she had left of it is completely gone. So it leaves us with one unavoidable conclusion. The equality fighter, that mask is just as fake as the nails. Just as fake as the lashes, and just like the image that she's built for social media, it's all fake. Because when push comes to shove, when her temper flares, the real Jasmine Crockett lashes out with cruelty. And that cruelty, ladies and gentlemen, exposes the truth that she just can't spin away. So now let's talk about what happens behind the cameras, because it ain't just her opponents who can't stand her. Even her own staffers have had enough of her nonsense. Multiple reports are saying Jasmine Crockett treats her staff like disposable props. Now, I've even heard peasants. One New York Post piece said that she regularly hands her oversized handbag, probably a $5,000 or $10,000 Birkin bag for all we know, to a young male aide, not as a favor, not as a one-off, but as a routine, like he's her personal servant. Imagine that, guys. Jasmine Crockett having servants? Really? The fighter for the people can't even carry her own luxury handbag? Really? And it doesn't stop there. Sources inside her office describe her as cold, dismissive, and flat out arrogant. Can anybody picture that? I mean, the same diva who plays humble on camera reportedly alienates the very people who work the hardest to make her look competent. And here's the real kicker, guys. Megyn Kelly highlighted that the people who know her best don't even like her. Think about that, guys. When your own staff, your own allies, the people who are supposed to have your back are rolling their eyes behind closed doors about you, that tells you everything you need to know. All right. So the real situation here is, does this reveal a strong leader under pressure, or is it more like an entitled diva that's obsessed with her own image? And of course, that takes us to the bigger problem, guys. The bigger problem, Jasmine Crockett is not behaving like a serious member of Congress. No, of course not. She's behaving like an influencer. Like, think about it. Like, what defines her career? The fake eyelashes, the nails, the viral outbursts, carefully crafted for social media clips. She spends more time curating her brand than she does delivering legislation. And Megyn Kelly absolutely nailed it when she said, this isn't statesmanship. This is theater. And the contrast really couldn't be any clearer. While President Trump and Texas Republicans are focused on securing the border, rebuilding the economy, and restoring American strength on the world stage, Crockett is out here chasing TikTok views and Instagram likes. She's trying to get more Instagram followers. That's what she's worried about. So here's a real question that every American should be asking themselves right now. Do we want entertainers in Congress, or do we want leaders who actually deliver results? Because Jasmine Crockett, she just made her choice, and Texas just made theirs. But hang on, guys. If you think being a social media influencer in Congress is bad, wait until you see the weapon that she hides behind every time she gets exposed. Now, of course, I'm going to talk about this ugly truth about how Crockett uses identity politics as her shield, and why Megyn Kelly's dismantling may have permanently destroyed that tactic. So here's the playbook. We've seen it a million times, okay? Every time Jasmine Crockett gets cornered, every time, whether it's over her insults, her theatrics, or her total lack of results, she pulls the same move: identity politics. Criticize her shouting in a committee meeting or a committee hearing. Oh, that's sexism. Call out her hypocrisy. That's racism. Point out her thin legislative record. Oh, that's attacking a black woman in power. Now, hey, this is what it is. Megyn Kelly ripped this tactic to shreds, because here's the truth, folks. Hiding behind race and gender does not erase the facts. And the fact is, Crockett's arguments are shallow, her strategies are weak, and her priorities are misplaced. Now, you know what, guys? Americans are absolutely sick of it, because every time she cries victim, she insults the very people that she claims to represent. I'm not saying that there isn't sexism out here in the world, in corporations, that there isn't racism. Let's call a spade a spade. That does exist, right? But when you're claiming that you're being negatively impacted by that, when it's not happening, you're giving the real victims a bad name. And then you dilute the argument, you dilute the cries for help that people legitimately have that are dealing with racism, the women who are being denied opportunities and things like that. So that's what I'm saying. Working class Texans, they don't want a race baiting influencer. They want somebody who can pass a bill, fix a problem, and deliver results. That's it. That's what they hire you for. That's what they voted for you for. Anyway, so ask yourself, is Jasmine Crockett really defending minority voices? Or is she just simply exploiting grievance politics for personal gain? That's the situation, and Megyn Kelly cut straight through it. By the way, if you're just now joining in the live, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. So now we arrive at the inevitable conclusion. Jasmine Crockett has burned out. She came into Congress hyped as the Democrats' fiery new star. She got some attention. She got a lot of attention. She got the headlines. She even got a few viral clips. But what has she actually accomplished? Nothing. Yeah, I heard the crickets too. Texas redistricting closed the door on her congressional career, and Megyn Kelly's live takedown slammed shut the national stage. Guys, together, these two moments sealed her fate. I mean, Megyn Kelly, she framed it perfectly. Crockett isn't a rising star. She's a shooting star. Brief, loud, flashy, and already burned out. So here's the cruelest irony, though. Crockett, she entered the spotlight desperate for recognition, and she got it, but not the way she wanted it. Instead of being remembered as a fearless fighter, She's going to be remembered as a fraud, as a politician who built her entire career on theatrics and got exposed before she ever even had a chance to reinvent herself. So here we are, guys. Under President Donald J. Trump, Texas has spoken. Jasmine Crockett's district is gone. Her seat is gone. Her career hanging by a thread. And Megyn Kelly just torched whatever illusion she had left. So now it's your turn, guys. Do you see Jasmine Crockett as a fearless fighter for her community, or is she just a fake fraud finally exposed for who she truly is? One thing is for sure, Texas said, pack your bags, girl. And Megyn Kelly, she said, your time is up. Like, subscribe, share this video, and let me know in the comments where you stand. Is Crockett finished, or do you think she has one last trick up her sleeve? YouTube thinks you're going to really enjoy the video that just popped up here. Click that video, and I'll see you on the other side.